On this week's JRPG News Update, the greatest video game name ever devised, Bandai Namco dishing up new games like it's Christmas lunch, and oops, did they just accidentally leak a DQ Western release? First up is 5PB. The developers of the recent Steins Gate games have announced a brand new game they are developing for unannounced platforms. And I am not joking when I say this, it has possibly the best title for a video game I have ever heard. Are you ready? It's called Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Infinite Combat. Or Combat. Or Combatee. It will be an action RPG dungeon crawler and is based on a light novel and anime of the same name. Next up is something not confirmed but heavily suggested by a recent job listing. Atlus recently announced their newly formed Studio Zero are working on a brand new IP called Project RE Fantasy, but failed to give us any further details other than it being a traditional fantasy RPG. A job listing from Studio Zero, though, specifically mentions production of character motions for an in-development PlayStation 4 game. And now a flurry of things that have been confirmed from Bandai Namco. Tales of the Raids for iOS and Android is making its way west later this year. Yes, it is yet another JRPG mobile title that probably looks to exploit your love of certain characters by forcing a lottery system on you, but Tales of the Raids is far more intriguing than the previous Tales of Link because it features a 3D linear motion battle system, skits, dungeons, and a lot of things that have been a mainstay in the much beloved series. Bandai also announced that 2 new Anime Adaptation games will be making their way west in 2018. Little Witch Academia, Chamber of Time is a 3D action RPG and will be coming to PS4 and PC, while 7 Deadly Sins, Knights of Britannia is more of a straight action game and is only slated for release on the PS4. And finally, the big one. And again, this isn't 100% confirmed, but all signs point to a Western release for Dragon Quest XI. The hotly anticipated RPG will be making its way to the PS4 and 3DS on July 29 in Japan, but Square has been tight-lipped about a possible Western release. However, a PR firm in the Netherlands let slip that they will be handling the PR for Dragon Quest XI when the EU version is released. It makes sense given the relative success of the last 2 3DS remasters that were released in the West. They did well in comparison to a lot of earlier titles in the franchise over here, so they might as well keep the ball rolling. And I assume that both Sony and Nintendo will want as many exclusives as possible to spruik while Microsoft is off selling its brand new teraflop box. For now, we'll just have to sit back and wait for confirmation on platforms and an official word from Square Enix. But one thing you don't have to wait for is hitting that like button if you like this video. Subscribe to see more of me and everything I do, follow me on social media, and if you enjoy my content, I would love you if you would consider supporting my channel on Patreon or by using the Amazon links in the video description. Other than that, I'll see you all soon.